That's right. Happy holidays from the three of us. Steve Ray. Across from me, top right on your screen, is Pete Branton. And below us, right in the center, Michael Williams for another edition of the Owl's Nest Barbecue Wednesday night catch up show. What's up, gentlemen? How is everybody?
Wonderful. How you doing, Steve?
It's good. It's good.
Doing good, thank you.
Man, we were having a good show before the show started. We now need to start taping those and play those. Um, let's see. Let's hope we got a great lineup for you. Of course, at 7:30 tonight on the Butcher Barbecue Facebook page, David is going to be reviewing Thanksgiving turkey. So I cannot wait for this one, fellas. David's going to be he's going to be giving you all kinds of tips on doing turkeys with his different products, reviewing the products. It's going to be a great show, and that comes up at 7:30 over on the Butcher Barbecue Facebook page, and that'll be right after we sign off. And the three of us will be Pete and I know our studio, Michael, is upstairs at my house. And as soon as we click it off, we run downstairs and turn the computer on downstairs to watch David because it's always such a fun show and seeing all the different people in the chat room. We really do enjoy it. All right. Let's start out with we've got an open house this Saturday. Michael, you won't be there because we're going to talk about where you're going to be in just a little bit, but Pete will be there from 10 until 1 at the Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply Store in Ooltewah, 9043 Lee Highway, Ooltewah, Tennessee, right next door to the Midnight Oil Service Station. 10 to 1, it's going to be our open house, our Thanksgiving open house. We're going to have a bunch of stuff there. Now, listen, everybody, Pete, you've heard this. Michael, you've heard it. There's nowhere to park. There's nowhere to park, Steve. Yes, there is. We have more parking than they do at Hamilton Place Mall. Right behind the store are two big lots. They're big grass vacant lots. One of them has some containers. One of the motels is remodeling. They've got these containers, but you can park in that lot. And right across the street from that lot is another lot right behind the car wash that you could park there for free. And now you might have to walk. What, Pete?
Half a block.
Half a block, maybe?
Yeah.
I know to some people that's, God forbid. You mean you're not going to pick me up, Steve? No, I'm not going to pick you up. But we'll make your walk worthwhile once you get to the store, okay? Because we're going to feed you and we're going to feed you good. So that's where you park. We've got more parking than anybody. You think Cambridge Square has got a lot of parking? They ain't seen nothing. We got more parking, and you can park along the road. Heck, to the back of my lot, I own the road. So park on the road. I own the road. You can park there too. So plenty of parking at the Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply. Just use the two lots behind the store. That's all you got to do. And just walk on down. Now, we're going to be doing 3 turkey breasts, 2 full turkeys. We're going to have some brats. And, of course, we're going to have those world-famous Kogel hot dogs. You're going to miss the Kogels, Michael.
I'm jealous.
I know.
By the way, I'm having Kogel's. I had Kogel's hot dogs tonight for supper. That's what I had.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, just
they're
rub it
they're
in.
delicious. They're so good. We'll have those all free, of course. We want you. Only thing I'm going to ask you to do is spread the word. Say, let's go down to Owl's Nest Barbecue. See Steve and Pete, and let's get some free turkey and some hot dogs and some brats, and go buy a bunch of let's go down there and buy about $150 worth of stuff. Also coming up on December the 9th at Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply at 11 o'clock. We got 10 cooks. We're having the Onb chili cook-off is going to be that day. I'm looking forward to that. Michael, you're in that.
Yes.
I've got 4 of the 5 judges. I've got Jim Reynolds from Talk Radio 102.3. I've got Marcus Gardner, who owns Wine Down in Ooltewah. I've got Andy Cagle, a World Food Championship finalist. And I've got Andre James, the food writer and chef for the Times Free Press. And we're going to add one more, and we'll announce that next week. So I've got a panel of 5 quality food judges that know food and no flavor.
And you know what? What's great about this is they got to sell their product to those judges, right?
That's right. Very unique form. We'll go over that as it gets closer. That's going on. And I already told you about David. Don't forget about David. Coming up at 7:30. He's going to be doing everything turkey is what he said. Did y'all see did you see the Michael invitation on Facebook from David for a show?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I've seen it.
Did you see it, Pete?
I have.
All right, Michael, you need to pay better attention. It's hard to get all you guys round up. All right. Let's see. We got Perry Collins is saying, "Hey guys, Mark Ellis." Now, Mark Ellis came in today, and he dropped about a C note getting his stuff together for the holiday season.
Good for him. I love Mark. Mark's a great guy.
And that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun seeing Mark. I'm hoping Perry, I hope you're in town this weekend so you can come down and spend some time with us. We always like seeing some of the pro staff. Now, we've got a group of guys, and they're called the ONB Pro Staffers. Michael's one, Pete's one, Perry's one, Mark Ellis is one. And it's not a club. It's just a group of guys that I handpicked, and they're good. They're great cooks. Some are great backyard cooks. Some are Mike Michael. Some of them cook. Some are Sean Cosby's one. He's a professional cook, professional barbecue competitor. So we have them range, and they come in and out through the week, and on the weekends they kind of rotate in and rotate out. And there's usually somebody there with me, and they're always good about giving advice, guidance, what have you. So that's kind of a neat little thing to do. And one of these days we'll have it won't be till after the new year, but we'll have a big pro staff day where everybody can come out and we'll all cook stuff.
And Steve, I told you that's the day that I want to do a hog. I'll bring the hog to it, and we cook us a hog on a Carolina cooker down there at the Owl's Nest Barbecue.
Michael, you've been wanting to do a hog, haven't you?
I have been. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I've talked to Steve about this a couple of times, and I think it'd be a great opportunity to do that. And I'm ready to do that. We'll do that after we get through all this other stuff.
Yeah, we can do a whole hog, and that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it takes 19 people to do a whole hog. I can tell you that. It'll take 4 to lift it.
Yeah,
I promise you there.
But it's a fun time. It's an enjoyable time. I love doing the ones we've done, Steve. I've enjoyed so much.
I love doing whole hogs. It's my favorite thing to do. You got to clear off a weekend just about though. You got to clear it off.
You got to rest. You got to have a day of rest.
Yeah, because it's a long cook, about a 22-hour ordeal. But the meat off of a whole hog, it just tastes better. You know what?
You know, it's great. But one of my favorite things is, Steve, you pack it full of sausage while it's cooking. And so that next morning, what we have, sausage and biscuits and gravy. Oh my gosh.
The sausage is as good as the pig.
It is unbelievable.
Michael, you went to Melissa Cook's and y'all did a whole hog.
We did. Yeah.
Tell me about that. Was that good?
It was very good. And she packed her hogs with Boston butts and sausage, to kind of protect the competition pieces that she wanted to turn in. Yeah. It was very interesting.
We just packed the middle and protect it with regular sausage just to protect the loin. And I'm telling you, folks, that sausage that you pack in there is that's delicious.
Phenomenal.
I mean, it's you cook that for 8 or 10 hours at 225 degrees, and it's as good as a pig.
And I'll tell you, other than that, that Carolina cooker you got, Steve, and just a little bit of aluminum foil to protect some stuff. Other than that thing cooks awesome.
I don't know how we got off on whole hog, but that's okay. Doing a whole hog is actually easy once you get past the beginning prep of it. After that, it just sits there and cooks. And then, what you do, you when you serve it right on the cooker.
I mean, by the way, you make it look so nice, Steve, when it's done. You'd put all the nice things, the pineapples and all that. So
pineapples and the oranges and the apples and the not lettuce, but what is that stuff I put? What is that stuff we use in our boxes? Kale. I like to I put kale around mine and make it look really, really good. And stick an apple in its mouth. And of course, everybody always names I've never named it, but a lot of people like to name it. And I just say, just eat it.
And I hate we got off on that. I know you were going to other things, but
it's okay.
Steve, it's been great. And the fact you did one, I had to bring this, because it was so big to me. You did one for Ottawa High School, their culinary class, and let them, what a teaching and what a learning for them that you did, and spent time with them, showing them, and had a blast. I mean, gosh, just a great thing from Owl's Nest Barbecue to do.
There was a girl that was a senior there in that class. And Steve Nofke is the teacher of that class. And there was a lady there, girl. She was the most interested in it of anybody. And she volunteered to babysit that pig that night. So she was the overnight help.
I remember she was unbelievable.
She was awesome. She was awesome. She was there 20 some hours straight. And got very little sleep, and she got to serve it. And of course, I let her have the first bite.
And you named her so-and-so pitmaster.
Yeah.
And she was happy. I mean, tickled to death. You could have not made anybody happier, Steve.
Knighted her. We knighted her.
We knighted her.
You know, as pitmaster. She was great. I wish I could remember her name. She was super. All right, what we're going to do here in just a few seconds, we're going to wait for Billy Holland to poke in here when we've got him coming up. Billy won a chili cook-off last weekend, and he's going to tell us all about it. So while we're waiting for Billy, we're going to take this short break, and we're going to show a couple commercials, and we want you to look at this and enjoy these, and we'll be right back. So stay with us here on the Owl's Nest Barbecue Catch Up Show with Steve, Pete, and Mike.
This is Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply, so come on in and see all the different rubs and sauces we have, plus a complete line of Green Mountain grills. Don't be overwhelmed. We have plenty of help, so you can produce the best barbecue and amaze your family and friends. Barbecue is America's food. We'll do what we can to bring you all the best products. We're Owl's Nest Barbecue, where Chattanooga goes to grill.
And how'd you like that turkey? Wasn't that turkey nice?
It was amazing.
Hey, who's that in the corner down there on the left? Billy Holland. What's up,
Hey,
buddy?
guys,
How you
can
doing?
you hear me? Do I got sound there?
Yeah, can you get a little closer to the your microphone there? Yeah. Yeah, that's good. We're getting just a little bit of an echo. Billy won the what was the name of that contest last week, Billy?
The Chili Maga.
Chili Maga.
Chili Maga, down in Chickamauga, Georgia.
Yes, get closer to that mic, okay? You sound a lot better when you lean up. There you go, buddy. Billy, that's a tremendous. How many people were in it?
There's 10 people.
I bet that thing drew a bunch of people, didn't it?
Oh man, it was a crowd. It was about a bigger crowd than I've seen in a lot of barbecue competitions.
Yeah.
I've
heard that's a great contest. And by golly, our buddy ONB pro staffer Billy Holland walks away with first place.
By the way, it wasn't a little pot of chili he cooked. I looked at those pots. He had some huge pots of chili.
I
It
know.
was 6 gallons and I ran out way early. If I hadn't ran out, I would have won People's Choice probably. But I made the big mistake of running out early, almost before judging started, because I started serving early.
Well, that's
6 gallons went quicker than you think it would.
Well, any contest is a great contest to win. But Billy, does that get you pumped up for the upcoming Owl's Nest Barbecue Chili Cook-Off on December the 9th?
Yeah, but I believe it's going to be a little different competition. I think the competition is going to be a lot higher. I think the Alice Neck Nation's got a lot better cooks than, not to put nobody down, but nobody had any chili that impressed me down there. So it was.
All right, Billy. Toot your horn, buddy. Toot your horn for this upcoming competition.
I'm not tooting too loud yet.
You never heard Muhammad Ali shut up, did you?
Oh no, he never did.
Hey, what you want to share the recipe with us, or are you going to use it again this Saturday? Michael,
I'll use it again. It's I've looked through probably close to 100 different recipes in the last couple months, and I come full circle back to what I've made my whole life. So it's my recipe. It's what I make when I want chili at home. So
family secret.
What my grandmother taught me when I was a kid to make chili, and I kind of worked it out from there and made it my own, and that's just what I make. So
is it over the top chili?
No.
Not over.
Is it spicy, hot? Or...
It's spicy. And even the guy there, they had a category hottest chili, and even the guy that won it said I should have won it because nobody really had spicy chili there. I mean, even the guy said I ought to give you my trophy because, but.
And you know, Michael's on here, and he's listening because Michael's in that competition. He's trying to make sure.
Oh, I know.
I'm taking notes.
Give him no secrets away at the moment.
Your partner just chimed in, Billy. Mark wants to know what's in it. He just said, "What's in it?" Was it beans and meat, or meat only, or beans only? Surely you can tell us that.
I use meat and beans. Yeah, I use beans. Yeah.
All right. I like that.
Yeah, I like beans in my chili.
I do too. You know, I tell you, I've always told people if I was going to enter a chili contest, I'd go over to Food City and I'd buy 6 cans of Wendy's, and I'd put it in that big pot, and then I'd put in some of that Meat Church chili powder, and I might throw in a couple of maybe a stick of butter and maybe some sort of some little spice and stir it up because that Wendy's chili stuff to beat, fellas. I'm telling you.
Yeah, there was probably 3 of them down there I tasted. It was definitely Hormel chili. They tried to spice up a little bit, but
really, so you can tell the difference. I'm not that.
Oh yeah, and a couple of tasted just like hot dog sauce, and 1 chicken chili, and some just baked beans with some chili powder in it, and it was really nothing impressive. But what you have coming up is going to be a whole different story. I know that. So,
yeah, Perry's taking. Perry Collins just said he's taking notes. Billy, we're gonna.
I love Perry.
Now, here's the deal. The contestants in the chili contest, we've got 10, and we had 1 drop out, and Mark Franklin has stepped in. I don't know if y'all know Mark or not. I
remember him. I've seen that.
Yeah, Mark is he's a good cook. He had the first time I met Mark was a long time ago. We had a contest over at Cambridge Square where we also sold barbecue, and he and his friends set up, and they were serving oxtail, and they had a line when nobody else had a line. People were lined up to get that.
Kind of like we were at the Egg Fest. Just saying.
Yeah, but Mark had a line, and they were paying. You know, we were giving away prime rib. You know, we're living proof you can give away prime rib
exactly.
in Ottawa, Tennessee. But Mark was selling it. They were selling oxtail, and they knocked it out of the park.
Good for them.
And I tell you what, I know Mark. He's a connoisseur of a lot of different things, and food is another one. We've got lined up so far. We're going to have 5 judges. We've got lined up Jim Reynolds from Talk Radio 102.3. We've got Andy Cagle. She is a former World Food Champion finalist. We've got Andre James, the food writer down at the Times Free Press, who's also a qualified chef in his own right. And who am I forgetting? There's one more. I've got one more. Let's see. Marcus.
Marcus.
How could I forget Marcus? Marcus Gardner from the down at Cambridge Square, the gentleman that owns Wine Down, and he is a legend in these parts. Best burger in town is at Wine Down. That Wagyu and brisket burger that he makes with that bacon jam is out of this world. If you ever get a chance to go down there and grab it, it is really good. Well, Billy, are you gonna change up anything, or
No, I'm sticking to. I went full circle on what the recipes I've been looking at back to mine. So I'm sticking with what I know. So
you think
it
this
worked.
is it?
So
All right.
Little tip.
I
I'm
hope
very
so.
now just on the side.
You can only serve chili.
I
You
was,
can't serve apple pie. Yeah, you know, it's just
I was
chili
out
on
of my
that
element there, but out of my element, but still won it. So we'll see what happens at the next one here.
Well, we
Like I
can't.
said, I think it's going to be a lot higher competition. So
Well, we can't wait to see everybody, and everybody's going to be making
Yeah.
enough chili where you, the listening and the gawking public, can come down and sample it and sample everybody's chili, and you can choose for yourself. There'll be plenty of chili, and of course, we'll have some specials going on inside, and it'll be just be another fun Saturday at the Allison's Barbecue Supply Store in Ottawa, where there's plenty of parking in the two lots behind the station, behind the store. There's two big lots. You can park there for free. You have to walk maybe a block. I know, God forbid, but it's free parking because everybody always says there's nobody's to park, Steve. There's nobody's parking. There's plenty of parking.
We'll help them, Steve. We'll help them. I'll be there. We'll help them. If they need to, they don't understand where, we'll help them. We'll help everybody.
I'm going to put up a sign this time.
There you go.
You know, I'm going to put something real catchy on. I'm going to say like "Park here."
Exactly.
You know, maybe I think everybody will be able to figure that out.
And
Park
won't
here,
just-
park here.
Just help you with all the products in there, Steve. We'll help you with parking.
We'll help you with
okay?
parking. That's
There you
right.
go.
Well, Billy, congratulations! I'm so glad you
Thank
won
you,
that
man.
thing.
Yep.
And we
I
are.
wasn't expecting it, but I'll take it.
Yeah, no kidding. Was there any money involved or just trophies?
$250.
Woo!
Hey,
And,
Billy, proud for you, man.
And the two
Proud for
trophies
you.
behind me here.
Hold one of them trophies up to the camera. Can you reach it? He's gonna hold the camera up, or a trophy up to the camera. Look at that. Look at that. A trophy and a cutting board. I love it.
Great job, Billy.
Congratulations, Billy.
Judge's choice. That's the best one to get there.
Yep. I like it. Yeah, people's choice is always fun to win. Well, Billy, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you.
Yep. I appreciate you having me on.
You bet. Put everybody to bed down there in Rossville. And are you
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
come up Saturday? You gonna come up Saturday?
Yeah, I'll probably try to if I'm not working. Yep.
Good. Yeah, come on up, and we got some. I'm going to be making 2 turkeys, three turkey breasts. I'll have some brats, have some Kogel's hot dogs, and it'll be a lot. It'll be a big fun day for
Yeah.
everybody.
I'll see if I can grab Mark
Good luck in
and
the
we'll ride
competition,
on
Billy.
it. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pete. Yep.
Bring the whole family. Bring
luck,
mom
Michael.
and them, okay?
Yep.
Bring those kids. I know they eat a lot. Tell them to
Oh, yeah.
stop by Wendy's before you come, okay? Thank you, Billy. There he is, Billy Holland from Rossville, Georgia, the winner of the Chickamauga chili cook-off last weekend down in Chickamauga, Georgia, down there on that little town square. And Michael, have you ever been to that? I've never been.
I haven't been, and I started to go when I seen that Billy was involved in it, but I got busy and didn't get a chance to.
I hear it. I hear it's just a fantastic event, and like Billy said, there's more people there than there are at most barbecue events. And I hope that's what we have on December the 9th at our place. I hope that we get a big old crowd of chili eaters, and chili gawkers. And now the way we're going to do it, Michael, we'll go over it again. We're going to have 5 judges in a separate room. And what we're going to do, we're going to draw. Everybody's going to have their number in a hat, or there's going to be 10. Let's see. I got 10 wooden nickels that are going to be in a container, and all of them are going to say nothing except one's going to say next. And you're going to reach in there. Everybody's going to pull one out, and whoever gets next is going to be the person who gets to go to the judges. So it's going to be totally random. And then we'll number it. We're going to have 5 containers for the chili with tops. So you'll write your number on the top of the container, and then you will be given a tray, and you'll take it into the judging area. And once the judges have their chili, we're going to hit a clock. Pete's going to be working the judge's chamber. He's going to hit a stopwatch. It's going to be 2 minutes, and they're going to have 2 minutes to sample your chili, and you're going to have 2 minutes to sell it to them.
There you go.
Or answer any questions that they've got. Because, so many times when you're judging food, you're doing it blind. The person who cooked it's not there. And you taste something and you go, I wonder what that is. Now you'll be able to say, Michael, I taste something sweet in this. What is that?
Here's why I should win this contest. That's what you got to be talking about. How are you better than the next guy?
Exactly right. And Michael will say, well, what you're tasting is a Kamada rhubarb, which is, I shipped this in from South America just for this contest. And I'm so glad y'all tasted this because nobody else has ever tasted this. And, you can really sell that stuff. And of course, at the end of the thing, we'll have first, second, and third. Now, this is what the fun part is. First place pays $500.
Awesome.
Wow.
Second place is $250. I'm sorry. Second place is $300.
Wow.
And third place is $150. So that's pretty good. That's a pretty good prize purse.
Awesome.
That is.
And I'm trying to find somebody to sponsor that.
And you got to spend your money after you get it on some Owl's Nest barbecue.
Yeah. I didn't tell you it's in Owl's Nest barbecue bucks.
I'd be happy with that.
$500, $500. What the heck?
There you go.
No, it's going to be cash. It's going to be cash. Jason Clark, one of the competitors, he already said, Steve, I wanted my $500 and I wanted cash. He's so confident. Jason's so confident he's going to win this thing.
You got him, Michael. You got him.
Yeah, Perry's already asking if we bribe the judges with some cash. No, you can't do that because we're going to have people. I think I'm going to try to have the camera back there and have everybody mic'd up where you can we'll beam it out to the contestants so everybody can watch each contestant.
Yeah, kind of like we did with the chicken wings.
Yeah.
We did the same thing and it worked really well.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. That's gonna be a fun day, and that's a fun way to judge a contest. And I didn't invent that; I stole that fair and square from Mike McLeod in the World Food Championship. So I think it's a better way to judge food when you can actually talk to the person who made the food and ask them about their food. I just think it makes it more interesting. And I hope you enjoy it.
It's gonna be fun.
So you got to be ready. You got to be ready
I'm
to sell
ready.
this stuff.
Let's do it.
All right, now we're gonna let's take a real quick break here, just real quick, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna play this ad, and then when we come back, we're gonna talk to Michael about something special going on with him this weekend. So stay with us right here on the ONB Wednesday Night Catch Up Show, right before the 7:30 Butcher Barbecue Show with David Bosco, the review show.
This is Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply, so come on in. See all the different rubs and sauces we have, plus a complete line of Green Mountain grills. Don't be overwhelmed. We have plenty of help, so you can produce the best barbecue and amaze your family and friends. Barbecue is America's food. We'll do what we can to bring you all the best products. We're Owl's Nest Barbecue, where Chattanooga goes to grill.
All right, we're back. Steve Ray, Pete Brenton, Michael Williams with you here on the ONB Wednesday Night Catch Up Show, which where we all get together and we just talk a little bit about barbecue, tell you what's coming on and what's going on at the Owl's Nest Barbecue Store. Like this Saturday, we're having our little Thanksgiving open house from 10 until 1. Michael will be gone. Pete will be there. I'll be there. And I think Billy's going to come over. I think Perry said he's going to stop by. So we'll have a good crowd. We'll have a bunch of pro staffers there that if you want, I'm sure Jeff will stop by. If you have some questions, we'll be glad to answer them for you. And it's a good opportunity, Pete, to get a little knowledge. And if you want to make your Thanksgiving stand out, it'll be a good time to get some good products. Got plenty of brines, folks. I added another brine, Butcher Barbecue's Montreal mix. We've got that in now.
Steve, the thing about it is we learn, and I know you'll tell it, we learn as much from the people that come in there is we try to provide from what we learn. But I'll tell you, you're right. You got more brines than anybody. If you're looking for a brine, they got to come into Owl's Nest Barbecue. You've got what do you got? 5, 6?
5 now.
5 now. 5 brines.
Mhm.
And you know what? I'm kind of, after trying some of the other, I've been stuck on the beer brine, the Butcher Barbecue.
I know.
But I got spoiled the other day when we tried another brine. So it's not that it's bad, but I'm like, I need to try other things.
Well, and we got them there to try. That it's just that simple. We've got so many there, and it's incredible. We've got the Butcher Barbecue. We've got the injection brine and injection. We've got the beer brine. We've got Meat Church bird baptism brine. We've got Malcolm Reed's bird brine, which is real popular. We've got the Montreal brine and injection. So all kinds of flavor profiles for your turkey. And
if you're doing 2, Steve, and you're coming to your place, do 2 different ones, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Tomorrow at 10 o'clock, Paul Shaheen from Channel 3 is going to be out at the Owl's Nest Barbecue Research and Development Center right there between the gas station and the store. And he's going to be doing a story about the holiday turkey. We're going to be preparing a turkey for him and showing him how the different ways that we do it. So they'll be showing that. So we're really excited about that. So that'll be a lot of fun. All right. Michael, you won't be there Saturday because you will be in.
I'll be in Cummings, Georgia at the Atlanta Barbecue Classic.
Awesome, Michael.
And that's at the Cummings Fairgrounds in Cummings, Georgia.
Yep.
This is a big, big contest, isn't it?
It is big. There's a lot of backyard teams. That's the side I cook on. 20 plus teams to be competing against. No doubt some excellent competition.
What are you cooking, Michael?
I cook the pork and the ribs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit. You said you went down somewhere and got your meat. Tell us about that.
I did.
Because you're getting ready. You're getting ready for this thing.
Right. I'm getting things together. I've got my trailer loaded for the most part. I've got my boxes together for my rubs and injections and so forth. And Robert Wardlaw down at Wardlaw's Lucky IQ in Lafayette, Georgia, is one of my sponsors that I have. He's helped me out quite a bit this year with money and meat. And this competition, he supplied my Duroc pork butts and my Duroc ribs. So pretty good meat.
So
So
tell us what those are, so people that don't know.
Well, I mean, it's a special breed of pigs that, it's. I can't give you a lot of details about it other than it's a really good piece of pork and pretty expensive meat.
They're raised very humanely.
Yes, and if they
the
get
old
too
saying
big,
is they only have one bad day.
Yeah, it's a they're a certain size, and the breed of the pig, the Durocs, if they get too big, they're not considered Durocs, but it's good stuff. It's a good pork to compete with.
Good marbling, all that good stuff.
Good marbling, yeah, definitely.
So Michael, you came off of a win, right? Not too long ago, right? On the last competition you were in?
I did. Recapping my season so far, starting back in March. We went to Lawrenceville, Georgia, and finished 12th out of 41 teams. And
excellent.
The next competition, we did Calhoun, and we were 3rd, which was pretty good. There was 22, 23 teams. And then a couple of first place wins with Trenton and Chickamauga, and then competed with you guys down at the Egg Fest. And we did very well.
Oh,
we lost him.
We lost him. His internet died. Michael's internet died. Yeah, Michael was on our team at the Egg Fest where we won it a couple weeks ago. That was a lot of fun. He's getting ready. He's getting ready right now for the. He's putting together all this stuff for the Atlanta Barbecue classic down in Cumming, Georgia, at the Cumming Fairgrounds. Now, I don't know, Pete, I don't know if you've ever been to Cumming, Georgia, but it's this place where they're going is a great,
Well,
great
that
place.
You back, Mike?
You back,
yeah, I'm
Michael?
back.
Okay, you were fading a little bit on
Oh,
us.
sorry about that.
That's okay. I was just telling everybody where Cumming is and what a great facility for a contest. I don't know if you've ever been there or not, but it's wonderful.
I have. I've helped Sean Cosby last year when we come back from World Foods in Dallas. He needed some help for this particular competition, so I went and helped him then.
Now, the World Foods just concluded last weekend over in Dallas. What kind of an atmosphere is that like, Michael? Because that's a big food contest that Mike McLeod puts on, and I competed in it in 2017 when it was down at Orange Beach, but I think it has evolved immensely. What's it like when it's in Dallas? Because that's big time.
Well, the atmosphere there is very similar to the Egg Fest with the amount of people that were just all over the place, people cooking. They have the barbecue part of what we did was kind of like out in a parking lot. And there, I don't know how many teams was there. There was a bunch, and there was a big building that they a community center, and they had all kinds of things going on inside there. So there was a lot of things going on at one time.
Did they have the big area where all the chefs were, where they cooked in the kitchen?
They did. They had individual kitchens set up. They had a sandwich contest, a dessert contest. I don't remember what all they did, but they had quite a bit of stuff going on. I think maybe soup on the inside. Yeah.
That they had a tent set up in Orange Beach where they had all these individual kitchens, and that was one of the most exciting things I've ever been to, is watch those young people cooking, and the concentration and the sincerity on their faces when they're putting these foods together and the different categories and the stuff that they turn in. Mike, I don't know if you saw any down in Dallas, but it's incredible the things that these people turn in. It's at a different level.
Sean actually knew a lady that was competing on the dessert competition. I think she was from Trenton, Georgia. I don't know her the lady's name, but we kind of hung out around her cook station and watched what she turned in. And a couple of the people gave us some samples to try, and it was pretty good.
Yeah.
And, the one thing I've learned hanging out with y'all in the competitions that we've done so far is people always put their heart in it. These people that compete, they're putting their best foot forward. They're doing everything to put the best product they can out. So it's fun, man. It's fun to watch and learn.
I agree.
Oh, absolutely it is. It's the cooking in a contest. It's a whole different world. I always tell people that, people that don't want to compete, that's fine. You don't have to compete to be a good cook by any means. You do what you want to do, and you can make food for your family and friends, and they come over and they eat, and it's good, and you're proud of it, and that anytime you're proud of your food, that's when you make other people enjoy an event because of your food, I think it's wonderful. But until you put 6 pieces of meat in a box and take it to six people, or however many people that you don't know, and then they judge it against everybody else that you don't know, and they tell you that yours is the best or yours sucked. And that's the difference. Yours is the best first place, you sucked 35th place. It'll humble you in a minute if you think you cook. You think you cook good. I remember when we first cooked our first contest, Dan Grease and I, we were cooking these contests, and we were finishing in the bottom half of all of them. And, we were sitting around one time in Knoxville and listening to everybody get calls, and our name wasn't called. And I looked at him and I said, did you take it to the right place? I mean, are we even turning it in the right place? It's a humbling experience. And you know, it's for some people and it's not for some people.
But Steve, just to say, to make sure everybody understands, even the people that might not place, might not win it, like you said, they suck, doesn't really mean it sucks. It's good food. It's good food, but there's, you know, it's just a level of where you're at. And so, you know, not to do anything to anybody else, all of it's good food out there. You know, even you lose, but you know what? It's good food. Doesn't mean your food's bad.
Well, I turned in chicken the first time we did a pro contest down in Marietta. I turned in my chicken and we finished last, and that was a you suck. And the one of the judges said it had an undistinguishable taste. Your chicken didn't taste like chicken. And I said, everything tastes like chicken except my chicken. So, you know, it humbles you, but it makes you a better cook. It makes you go back it makes you go back to the drawing board and you say, I'll never finish last again. And I haven't since then. So it's you know, it's a motivator. It makes you a better backyard cook. I think 100%. Mike, I don't know what you think, but I think going to schools and competing, I think it makes you a better cook at home. Don't you?
Absolutely, because you're learning flavor profiles and cooking methods and really kind of what the textures of the meat should be and how to choose your meats for competitions. And you can use that at home.
Yeah, and you know, getting to getting the tenderness just right is the hardest part of cooking, and then that's the biggest part of competition barbecue. It's you know, it's a tenderness game. You know, a piece of protein has a point where it's perfect.
So Steve,
that's what we strive for?
That's temperatures. Is that what, you know, I know you cook a lot of stuff to temps.
Yeah.
And to get to that tenderness, to get to that best product, temperatures. And it's funny, if you get across, people have different mindsets on it, but yours is always, since I've known you, I cook to this temperature on this product. This is what I go for. And I'm assuming that's because of the tenderness, the great part of it.
Well, it is. I cook the tenderness. You know, Michael, some people cook the color. Some people can feel a protein and know that it's there. I don't know how to, I cook the temperature because I'm not that great of a cook, but because I've got to have something that tells me, you know, you're looking for 210, Steve. This is when this pork butt is perfect at 210. That's why I'm always probing, is I'm looking for 210. Michael, you use how do you do it?
Well, you know, when it comes to the first part of the cook, we'll use ribs as an example. I cooked color. I mean, my ribs can be wrapped anywhere from an hour to hour and a half in. I do temp stuff with a temp probe, and I also I use the temperature as a guide. It's not you know, the final say so. It's how does it feel when the thermometer is going in the meat? You know, how much resistance are you getting? So I'm feeling for tenderness at that point, as well as looking at my temperature.
And I said that about Stephen Temp, but listen, he schooled me many times on when we were probing stuff for temperature. Even though when I was thinking the temperature was right, he was teaching me the feel of when that probe goes in there. So Steve, he uses temperature, but he also knows that feel.
Yeah, sometimes 210, it's not done. It's just not done at 210. And you just got to wait till, you know, think about barbecue. People always ask me, and Michael, I'm sure they ask you too when we're just talking, is how long is this going to take, Steve? How long is this going to take? You know, how long is this pork butt going to take? And I'll say you know, it takes me anywhere from 7 to 8 hours.
Size matters.
Yeah, but yeah, that does. Size matters. But it's taken me 10 hours before, and it's taken me 6 hours. So barbecue, cooking something low and slow, it tells you when it's ready. You don't tell it when it's ready. It's not like cooking a smash burger on your grill top. You know, you smash it, you know, count to 30, turn it over, count to 45, and it's ready. And you know it's going to be ready. It's not like that. It can be a long, laborious process. It can be a short process. And that's why people need to learn that it's okay to hold meat for a couple hours in a cooler where it's warm. You know, so many people think, oh, we're going to eat at 5. I got to have it ready at 5. No, you don't. You can have it ready at 2 and it'll hold. You can have it ready at 3. It'll hold. You can't have it ready at 6. If you're going to eat at 5, you can't have it ready at 6.
It's not going to hold.
It ain't going to hold. You've already held. The people are already looking at each other, going to eat each other. They're hungry. So, it's okay to finish early, better early. Tuffy Stone always says, what did he say, Michael?
You don't want to chase a rabbit. You want to stay ahead of the game.
That's right. He said, I'd rather be looking at it than looking for it.
That's right.
I've always lived by that in barbecue. I'd rather be sitting there with it in a box, hoping it stays warm, knowing I can throw it back on the smoker, than to, it being on the smoker. I'm looking at, 5 minutes to turn in, and I'm probing a pork butt that's 175 degrees.
Not a good day.
It's not going to be good. And I've been that way, or looking at a brisket, and it's too early. It's cooked way too early. You can't hold it for 7 hours. So it's you got to learn. But there is no perfect explanation. You can wonder and give advice. What you think, it could be this, could be that, but there is no way to say it's this or that. If anybody tells you that, they're not cooks.
Sometimes it's hard to absolutely duplicate the exact thing you did one time before, because different meats, different things, but you try to get as close as you can. But it is sometimes hard to duplicate exactly what you did before.
I cooked, I did 3 briskets before I made one that was even edible, and the one that was edible sucked. But the 3 before it were unedible. I mean,
it only took you 3?
Yeah. I finally went to a school between that 3rd and that 4th one.
I think I cooked about 10 before I finally got it even close to where I thought it needed to be, and I was way far off then.
What was your biggest fail, Michael? You heard my chicken story. What's your biggest fail?
My biggest fail is probably brisket. I mean, to be honest with you, or the first competition I cooked in, Chickamauga, and I turned in some beautiful ribs, but man, they were tough as leather. I mean, I didn't understand the tenderness part of it. They looked good, but they just wasn't tender.
I told you, it's a tenderness game.
Yeah.
Darren Worth of Smoky D's Barbecue, he said the greatest line he ever said was, "If I hit my tenderness, I can beat you with a bottle of ketchup and mustard." as a sauce, because he's right. I mean, tenderness is a game. And gosh, it's fun. Cooking barbecue, folks, is just fun. Get into it. Come to the Galson's Barbecue. Buy you a Green Mountain pellet grill and learn to cook barbecue. It's just fun. Isn't it, fellas? It's just fun. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
And hey, learn from our mistakes, because we're going to tell you what we learned from.
We'll do our best.
Many of them.
Yeah, we'll do our best to do time and temperatures, and we can estimate it for you. We can get close, but it's up to you. It's up to you. And it always makes me feel good when somebody comes in and says, hey, I tried this, Steve, and it worked perfect. What you told me worked just perfect. Everybody in the family, mom, dad came over, and they were just wonderful. It was just wonderful. I appreciate it.
Come let Steve teach you how to tie a rib roast. I don't know how many people I saw Steve teach how to tie a rib. I mean, it's an amazing thing to learn. But hey, if you got a brisket, you're scared of brisket. A lot of people are scared of brisket.
I know.
Come down to Owl's Nest Barbecue. Bring your brisket. Steve will help you. We'll be able to trim it, get it right, get everything about it. I don't know how many of them I've seen you work with people on, but come down there. That's what it's all about, helping each other.
Yeah, I don't trim it for you. I show you how to trim it.
Exactly.
And once you trimmed one, I do mine a little different than a lot of people do. I take a little bit more fat off the bottom than most people, because I cook fat side up. So I don't want a lot of fat up there anyway. But I'll show you how to do it, and I don't mind a bit. It doesn't take long, and as long as we got I got the time there, it's a shop. I'll be glad to help you. And we've done it like Pete said. I've done it dozens of times for people that they'll run over to Walmart and get a brisket, bring it over, and first thing you want to do is be cold. Don't want to trim a room warm brisket. It's got to be cold. If it's not cold, stick it in the freezer for just a little bit. Don't freeze it, but get it tight, and that's when it's easy. It's easy to carve up then. And Michael, anytime you want to learn how to cook a brisket, you just come to the gas station. I'll show
Well,
you.
thank you. I'll take you up on that.
I'll be glad. I would be glad to.
So I've
Give
got
you
a
a-
question for you guys. What is y'all's preferred method? Hot and fast or low and slow?
I'm hot and fast.
Okay.
You know, Michael, I was kind of low and slow, and Steve taught me a lot about brisket, but I'll tell you that I've learned that hot and fast, if done the right way. And again, I like to let mine set for 3 hours sitting in a cooler, that long. And I've learned hot and fast doesn't like take away from it, and letting it set and rest is a big part of it. So I've kind of changed my method.
Yeah, I like the hot and fast also, and the rest.
Well, we got to qualify that too. We got time. You see online, internet, what's the name? Somebody says I did this for 16 hours at 220 degrees. Then it turned out perfect. It does. It does perfect. What I cook at 285, and I'll get a 15-pound brisket done anywhere from 7 to 8.5 hours. And it tastes great, just like the one that's done 16. Now personally, I've done one. I did a 24-hour cook one time on a brisket, just because I wanted to try it. But that 24-hour one tasted fantastic, but it didn't taste any better than the one that took 8.5 hours to do. So it's your preferred method.
And learn your machine, whatever you're cooking on. That's
go.
the thing right there. Learn the machine you're cooking on, because that's what else is going to make a difference.
Michael, we got a turkey on right now. And, I see so many people say, oh, I smoked this turkey for 12 hours at, 200 degrees. And, then they show it and it's all black and it looks nasty. A turkey takes about 4 hours.
Yeah.
At 325 degrees, a 12-pound turkey takes about 4.5 hours. That's all. And you want that skin to be golden brown. You don't want to use a dark rub. You just want to use salt, or a rub that's heavy in salt. Then that keeps the skin nice and golden. That's what you want to put on your, that's what you want to put on your plate. A lot of people, I think you're a spatchcocker, Michael. You like to spatchcock that, and cook it. You cook it thoroughly that way, and that's another great method to do. And any way you want to do it is fine, but turkey's not a 12-hour cook.
No.
So, it's we'll get into that. We'll get in that before. Let's see. We'll meet again. Well, we'll meet again next Wednesday night before Thanksgiving, and we'll go over that too. Okay, so everybody get their turkey recipe ready. Okay.
And the salt don't make it salty. It just makes that skin tighten up. That's amazing to me what it does. So you're not going to be thinking, oh, I'm going to have a salty turkey if I do that. It's going to just make that skin tighten up and be golden.
Yeah, it does. It makes it real golden. Johnny Maggs joining us from New Hampshire. Good evening, guys. I appreciate you watching, John. We appreciate you very much. Johnny's show comes on Monday nights at 8:00 over on the Pit Life Barbecue Show. And Al said, I've watched Steve throw a brisket out. Yes, you did, man.
Hey, Johnny, good to see you, Johnny. Hear from you again.
All right, we got to go. We got to go, guys. David Bosca is up next over on the Butcher Barbecue Facebook page. David's going to go over turkey and Thanksgiving meals. So make sure you go over there and watch David. Just cruise on right over there. He's going to be coming on in just about 5 minutes. And David's got some great advice over on the Butcher Barbecue Facebook page. And we're gonna head out of here. Michael, thank you so much. Pete, thank you so much. And we're going to get out of here right now. So we'll see you soon.